An important part of every WordPress site is actual links. How can you link other pages? How can you link posts? You can potentially link anything else on here, whether it be your socials, your Discord. So let's just go through a few ways of doing this. To do this, let's just go over to pages and let's go over to the home page. And let's add a few links in a few different ways. So first of all, let's just go with text linking. So let's just put a word here and I'm just going to put text. Now what we want to do to make this a hyperlink is we're going to hover over it, or we're going to highlight it all, and we're going to come to our little link button over here. Come to our link button, press that, and you can simply put in the URL. So again, if I want to link this particular site here, I can just go in, I can paste the URL, and then if I press enter, it will take me to that site. Now, if I want to open this in a brand new page, so it's not going to open it on the same page as in a continuation, it's going to open it on another page separately, you're going to click this. Now when they do click that link, it will open it in another page. If you're on a phone, it will open up a second page as well. If you don't want it, of course, just leave it unticked and then press enter. Some other things that you can change when you link is if you click the actual link itself, go to edit. Now how do we link an image? Much in the same way, if we just go to, let's go find an image. Of course I'm just going to use the same image as I have throughout the whole course. Let's just use this lady right here. So we're going to select our image. Let's just center it, so we're going to have the image right in the center of the page, and we're going to click on it. Much in the same way, you're going to use the same exact button to link. We can then paste in the address. You can open up more information here, and you can choose whether you want to open it in a new tab again or just as a continuation of the page that they're currently on. So we're going to leave that as that, press enter, and now we have two links. So now if I go ahead, I publish this, we're just going to view the page. Both of these links, one the text and one the picture, will take us to that page. If I scroll down, so you can see we can click that, it will now take us to that page. If we go back and we click the text here, that's going to do exactly the same. So that's basic image and text linking. So once you know that, you pretty much will be able to link anything on here, whether it be a button, a word, a block, pretty much everything. Once you highlight it, we'll get this little link option here to link or hyperlink to another page. Same with our social buttons here. As you can see, if I click that, it's going to put in an address. If I'll obviously put in my Facebook address, but you do that, press enter. Now when people press this button, it will take them to that specific URL. Depending on your theme, you might have already preset this up, so adding it will already have the URL in it, but on the most part you do have to set it. So if I want to set my Instagram, I'd click on this again, and it will ask you what email address, where do you want this to go, and then you can fill that in. So one more cool thing that you can do with this is actually you can link to something on the page already. So let's say for instance I have an extremely long post and I want people to be able to find certain bits of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the bit where I want to link. So let's just add a heading here. So I'll add a heading, and I want people to be able to access this particular part. Maybe it's got lots of information, but I want them to be able to click something on the top to take them down there. So what we're going to do is, with this block selected, so I've clicked on this block, we're going to come to advanced and we're going to add a HTML anchor. So, and of course don't mix up HTML anchors. If you've used one already, don't use the exact same wording again, because it will mix it up. So for instance, we want to add bit we need to read. I'm literally going to put bit we need to read. You don't need spaces in between here, it will put dashes. If you don't put dashes and you put a space, it will just automatically fill it. However, this now, and you can do anything here, you can even have it as numeric, so I could put 1, 2, 3. However, I'll try to use actual keywords for what they're coming to. So for instance, if they're coming for WordPress help on security, I'd probably put WP-security just so I remember, and it will also show up here. So I'll do it with 1, 2, 3 just so I can show you how it's going to show. So 1, 2, 3 is going to be my anchor for this bit here. Meaning that if I want to search for this bit on the page, I need to be searching for 1, 2, 3. Now, if we come to the top of the page and let's say we want people to click this particular part, obviously you would have laid yours out better, maybe you had bullet points, but let's say I want them to click this and then it to take them straight down to the page. So we're going to use our link button again. However, this time we're going to use a hashtag and we're going to use our anchor link. So 1, 2, 3 was the link, hashtag is just telling it that it's on this page, and then we're going to press enter. So if we go to update and we're just going to go to view the page now, what will happen is as we click this here, it'll then drag us straight down to where we wanted it to go, which is bit we have to read. As you can see on the top bar there, we have hashtag 123. That's why primarily it would be better to have something written about that particular part. So let's say if it was for security, I'd have / and then it would be hashtag WP-security. So it also shows up well whilst the visitor's searching through. But of course, let's say for instance you have property listing, you have thousands of properties, maybe it might be easier for you to use numbers. That's completely personal and up to you. However, we can now drag ourselves down and we can basically create our own table of content by doing that. You can add bullet points all along the top with the different parts of the section of the page. They can click that using the anchor. It'll take them down to that exact bit. So do just be careful about linking as well. You don't want to overlink, because if you overlink, your WordPress site will be seen as more spammy from the search engines like Google and Bing. So don't have 1,000 links per page to absolutely everything. That's just going to make your site look a little bit spammy, so have good information on there along with helpful links. Two links that there are, so two different types are internal and external. Internal ones are ones that when you link for something on your site to something else on your site, so let's say for instance the home page, you might be linking the blog page or something else on your website. External pages are going to be stuff like Facebook, Discord, any other page on the internet. They're all external because they're out of your site. Two things that we do like to do is keep every link on the inside, so the internal links, as do follows. So if you do get the option when you're adding a link and it says reference, make it a do follow. If it's an external page, you want to do a don't follow, because what that is basically giving them, it's giving the link out to them, and it's also giving them lots of domain authority. So if you've built up your domain to be a really good one, you're basically handing them, how can I put it, extra power. So the power from your website, you're handing them a little bit by making it a do follow, because you're saying, right, anybody that follows this link, go over there, follow to that page, leave my page, and basically their page gets all the attention. Unfortunately, in just the visual editor on Astra, you're not going to get this. However, with other ones, with other themes, if you update it, it's going to show up here when you make the link. Underneath open WordPress tab, you're also going to say set as no follow, open as new page tab, and just make sure to select that accordingly. Click it as a do follow if it is a good one into your site, or maybe another site that you want to give them a bit of leverage, a bit of power coming from your site. If it's just another one, a Discord, a Facebook, just leave it as no follow.